the second part of the process. So what's the paradox in this one?
Is to set the unrealistic expectations and goals, but be realistic in the expectations or in your expectations to it.
Yeah, okay, so super practical example, just so that's clear. Let's say I want to earn $500,000 a year. For someone who's earning $50,000 might feel like, whoa, is that really like?
That's like an unrealistic jump.
But why not, right? Like let's have big dreams. Let's work. Let's dream what we want to dream, and then work out what it costs. And so often people will say, but then I'm going to do 10 posts a day on social media, and I'm just going to copy and paste the stuff that I see from someone else.
Yeah.
And I should get there.
Yeah, because they said if you send this message or do this post or do this many reels, you should have the same success as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll just do that. I won't create any of my own stuff. I'll just copy other people's and put it out into the world.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest backslap to your gifts and your creativity and everything you have. But like you said,
it's completely
unrealistic now.
And this is really challenging for people because it's like, again, there are these paradoxes which can confuse if we're not clear and just not accepting that, of course, they exist. It's comfortable for us, or we want to be comforted by these rules that we can follow and we can apply. And it's really annoying when someone says, yeah, it's the rule sometimes, but it's not the rule all the time. It's like, the English language. Yeah. There's all these exceptions. And there are in the principles of life and business and success as well. Okay, let's talk more about setting unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
What comes to mind for you when we talk about unrealistic expectations?
For me, this is about, and it goes back to lifting that lid. It's first looking outside of the norm, Nelly understanding what you've become so good at, like you've mastered normalizing things that are broken in your life, because it's like, well, all my friends, feel this way. All my friends are overweight. All my friends only earn $50,000. All my friends do this.
Have maxed out credit cards.
Yeah, everyone's in debt, right? It's like we're normalizing these things and we don't recognize that they're really broken in our life. So that's the first thing. And then it's, okay, so what is possible? I think there's two ways, because one, you can go insanely big, but your brain may be going just subconsciously, bullshit. That is way too big of a leap for you. You can't connect with how that's even possible, and I get that. If you're going from $100,000 to maybe $1 million, you're thinking, that's not even possible, and your brain's kind of sending off this radar to you, right? And so maybe for some people it's the incremental, because going from 100 to 150 or 200 is still a big goal for you, and I think only each woman can determine that for herself.
Well, and that's the thing, we all have these unconscious or subconscious beliefs that we don't even understand are beliefs sitting in the background, because it just is our norm, has become our norm. So if we set a really huge goal, there's more chance of triggering those beliefs more loudly as voices than if, as you said, if we imagine if the goal is go from 100 to 200,000 a year, those unconscious beliefs are going to get called on in a lesser way, in a quieter way, than if we go suddenly to a number that we've never even thought about before, which is super cool, because anything is possible. But then we need to be ready to take on the challenge of the louder voices and the more resistance coming in from our old patterning, our old belief systems, our old stories. And we need to be willing to unlearn and unwire those.
Yeah, and it's a question really to always ask yourself. And it kind of just puts me in my place with what I'm asking for. And it's the life that I'm asking for. Who gets that? What kind of person gets that life? And who do I need to be? What do I need to learn next? What do I need to do next? Because that's literally the process. Who do I need to be? What do I need to learn? What do I need to do? Repeat.
Yeah.
And with that, this is what stumps me a little bit, because people are always looking for the shortcut, but the shortcut's obvious. The shortcut is in arming yourself. Get a mentor. If it needs to be, who do I need to be? What do I need to do and learn? Well, the fastest way to do it, we've got a timeline and we've got results. Yeah. So if you want to accelerate them, you find, I found you. You got to find a Jen.
Yeah,
You've got to find the one that's ahead.
I don't think I've been without a mentor since about 15 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe 20.
About 13 years for me.
And I remember my first mentor, I went big. I committed big time. I paid him $26,000 for 1 year to meet him 1 hour a month. And he would tell me what to do, and I would go away all month and do it, and I'd meet back the next month. So it was basically 12 meetings for $26,000. But the learnings, there was a couple of things he taught me that have made me multiple millions of dollars, multiple millions. So at the time it was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm paying this guy all this money, and it's like scraping together everything I had, but it changed my life. And just 2 things that he taught me. Yeah, incredible return on investment. Okay, and so then lifting the lid, unrealistic expectations, but then being realistic in our expectations. And one of the things for me is finding an anchor in my past that I can kind of compare stuff to. So I went to university for 4 years to learn how I didn't have an arm bone. Oh, sorry, I didn't have an arm bone. I didn't know what an arm bone was called. 4 years later, I can crack your neck and fix your headaches up. That is an anchor to know that I can learn absolutely anything. Whereas so many people set these beautiful big goals, and then in 6 months when they're not there, they quit.
And okay, so there's also, so when we're doing that, we're here and we want to go here. And the thing between this, we speak about this a lot, is the skills that we have to learn, the knowledge that we have to acquire, and the experience that we need to undergo. There's a perceived level of all of those things, of what you think it's going to take or what it took for someone else. And then there's just the reality of going through it. But it is the mentorship. It is someone to say, hey, don't take that path, it's going to be a bit costly, do this one instead. Hey, this is going to speed it up a bit for you, learn this, do this, come back to me, let's go the next step from there.
And now's the time to stick at it.
Yes. Yep.